Jake here for AmericanMuscle.com, and today I'm taking a look at this SR Performance cold air intake for 2006 to 2010 Dodge Chargers with the 3.5 liter V6. This intake from SR Performance is a great option for the V6 Challenger owner who's seeking a simple way to get a little more sound and performance out of their ride, all at a very budget-friendly price tag. This is a bolt-in, no tune required intake. If you want some of the benefits of the big name intakes without that big name price tag, then this is one you'll want to check out. So what we've got here is a pretty nice little piece of kit. The filter itself is a reusable multi-layer oil design, so it's going to do a really good job of filtering out dirt and dust, but it also makes maintenance easy. So you don't have to worry about replacing the filter, just clean it and re-oil it when it gets dirty and you're back on the road. It's a good money savings in the long run since you're not replacing this year after year. You also get this bright polished aluminum intake tube. Feels pretty good in your hand, and it's going to add some nice visual interest to your engine bay. And these aluminum tubes also have the benefit of making some intake noise due to the resonance of the metal. So you're going to get to hear your engine sucking in that air, and to me, intake noise is the best. Now, speaking of interest, perhaps the most interesting part of this kit is that it comes with a heat shield as well. It's a pleasant surprise to have that included here, since many less expensive cold air intakes do not include a heat shield, so they aren't necessarily cold air intakes. Having this piece means that your engine will be more easily able to pull in colder air, as it separates the filter from the rest of the hot engine bay. So you're going to get better throttle response and cooler air coming into your engine. And as we know, cooler air means better combustion, and better combustion means more power. And since this intake does not require a tune, you can just bolt this all in and enjoy. However, of course, if you want to make the most out of your intake setup, a custom tune is going to be the way to go. But the best part, well, that's the price. Coming in around $150, this is one of the least expensive intakes you can get for the Charger. But despite that budget-friendly price tag, you're still getting a good quality item for the money, and you get those great benefits such as the aluminum intake tube and that heat shield. And compared to other intakes on the market, you're going to feel similar gains in overall performance, so this is a good option regardless, but especially so if your build is a bit more budget-focused. There's a reason that this intake is so very popular with our customers. Be sure to take a look at the reviews on our website as well to see what they have to say. So let's talk install. This is a rather straightforward installation, so it's going to come in at a 1 out of 3 on our difficulty meter. Budget about an hour or so to get it all wrapped up, and you'll be back on the road. The kit comes with everything you need to get it done, and this is an entirely bolt-in setup. You will have to reuse your stock intake temperature sensor, and you'll also have to trim a little bit of this weather stripping for the heat shield, but it's still a simple job that anyone can do at home. Now that's enough chatter from me. Let's throw it over to one of our American Muscle customers, and they'll show you how to get this installed on your Charger.
So the tools you're going to need for this installation are pretty simple. You need a ratchet. This is a mini ratchet. You could use a regular sized. Then we have a 7mm socket, an 8mm. This is a 10 and a 13. And if you don't want to use a socket for the clamps, you can also use a flat blade screwdriver, so that's up to you. We needed a pair of scissors to cut the trim, and then I also used, you could either use regular motor oil or this is engine build oil, and that will help you push some of this stuff together. We're going to start with taking off this sensor here, and the first step is you push that red clip this way, and then you push down on this tab right here, and then it comes off. The next step is to remove this clamp. You can either use a slotted screwdriver in like that, or an 8mm socket. Just get it loose. There we go. The third step is just simply to remove this hose. There's no clamp on it. Just like that. With a 10mm socket, we remove this bolt right here. Now the assembly is fairly loose. So now we loosen this coolant line out from this bracket here, and this whole thing should lift up. And it's out. Now we're gonna get this airbox assembly ready. You go in your hardware here, push this up into that lip, and you work around. And they do leave you a little extra. So you'll have to measure and make a cut. But that's basically what you're looking at. So we've trimmed this here, got it all nice and neat. And you take this foam gasket, push it in at this top. Like that. So now that we have this airbox housing put together, install it in here. So this tab here goes in the tab here on the coolant. You line it up, push it down. Now down in this area here, you want to push these hoses out of the way because we're going to be pushing a clip that will hold it at the bottom there. Okay, so the hole for the clip is right here towards the front. You push it, and there's a hole at the bottom here in the chassis. And you line those two up and push it in. Now the housing's in. So then we're going to take the original bolt that came out of the stock. And that goes right back in here. Got our 10mm socket. Finished. So now we are going to install the rubber mount onto the filter housing using their supplied nut and washer. So you, through the front, push that through the hole. And then you put the washer on the other end, followed by the nut. Tighten that up. Now, we take the tube that goes through the hole there, like that. You want to make sure that you got enough clearance through here so that it's not necessarily rubbing on anything. And then you put a washer on that end, and then your other nut included in the kit here. Get that right there, and then you tighten it. So now we're going to attach the PCV hose to here. So you remove their protector, put your clamp on, push it in place. Tighten the clamp up. Just till it's snug. Now, take the air filter. Alright, so we just realized in order to get this filter on, I'm going to have to loosen this a little bit because there's not quite enough room to get it in. So loosen the nuts so you can move this a little bit. Then we push it in here. Just loosening the clamp a little bit so I can fit it. Alright, got it. And then just tighten up the clamp. So in this clamp here, uses an 8mm. Okay, alright, now that we got the filter on, I'm gonna reach in here and retighten this bracket so we get it nice and snug. For this next step, we're going to need our original air box again. You're going to want to take this intake air temperature sensor out of here like that. So this is a really tight fit for this to go in that hole. So we're going to add a little bit of oil around the outside or the inside of this hole, just to make this a lot more slippery. Let me push that in. Get this set up here. Kind of slowly work it in. There, we got it. Alright, so we got that. The final step we have, now that we have the sensor put in, so you're going to connect this to your throttle body. So we put that sleeve on, and then this clamp. Go ahead and put the other clamp on as well. Push that up. Now the clamps we got had 7mm, so I'm gonna use a ratchet with a 7mm socket. Tighten that one up. Tighten that one up. And now we can take the original sensor you may have to turn it around to get it to line up. Push it in, and that red tab locks it into place. We are done.
That's going to wrap it up for our review and install of the SR Performance cold air intake for 2006 to 2010 Dodge Chargers with the 3.5 liter V6. Thanks so much for watching, and remember, for all things Charger, be sure to stick with us right here at AmericanMuscle.com.